Now we have hemoglobin. We'll see in detail about hemoglobin. Hemoglobin has got great affinity for oxygen at high pressures. Now in lungs, the pressure of oxygen is very high. Now we can say that hemoglobin can be written as hemoglobin plus oxygen. That is, wherever you have high concentration of oxygen, you can say that there will be the combination will combine, hemoglobin will combine with that of the oxygen, and therefore you get oxyhemoglobin. So Hb means it is simply written as Hb, or it is not the chemical formula of hemoglobin. In short, it is written as Hb. Okay, so hemoglobin plus oxygen, where will be combining with oxygen once it has got very high concentration or the pressure of oxygen, it will be combining to give oxyhemoglobin. Now we'll see where the oxyhemoglobin will be releasing the oxygen if there is if it is in a place where there is less concentration of oxygen. Now we'll see little more details, like we know that arteries, okay, arteries will be having blood, and these arteries will be will carry blood to different parts of the body. Okay, it will be carrying blood to different parts of the body. So blood means it is hemoglobin. So these arteries will be carrying, once it is carrying the oxygen, okay, towards the different parts of the body, and the place where there is low concentration of oxygen, or the place where it needs more of oxygen, there is a more the place where it has got low concentration of oxygen is muscles. So once it is reaching the muscles, we can say that this oxyhemoglobin, okay, hemoglobin will be taking up oxygen from that of the lungs, and it will be transferring through the arteries, and it will be moving towards the muscles, and once it is reaching the muscles, we can say that this oxyhemoglobin will be dissociating to give hemoglobin plus oxygen, and this oxygen will be released to the muscles, and this released oxygen will be stored at myoglobin. Myoglobin is also similar to that of the hemoglobin. The purpose of myoglobin is that to store oxygen, whereas the purpose of hemoglobin is that to transport oxygen. Okay, main difference between myoglobin and hemoglobin is that hemoglobin will be doing the transportation of oxygen, whereas myoglobin will be doing the storage of oxygen. At the muscles, we'll be seeing myoglobin, and this myoglobin, since it has got lower muscles will be having lower concentration of oxygen, and therefore it will be releasing this oxygen, and this released oxygen will be stored in myoglobin, and this myoglobin will be storing the oxygen, and once we require oxygen, at that time it will be releasing the oxygen. When do we need oxygen? For any work to do. Okay, so for any work to do means at that time we can say this myoglobin will be releasing the oxygen. So that is the purpose of myoglobin, and myoglobin, we can say that it has got the structure similar to that of the hemoglobin, and it will be having a heme part and the globin part. The only difference is that hemoglobin means we have drawn the structure of hemoglobin, and in that you can say that you can expect four such structures. Okay, four such structures, like last time we drew. This is the structure of hemoglobin, that is, you have a heme part and the globin part. This together all together becomes the structure of hemoglobin, and myoglobin will be having similar structure, and here in the case of hemoglobin, it will be having four such units. Okay, four such units together will become a hemoglobin, whereas myoglobin will be having only one such unit. Okay, so hemoglobin will be having four such four units, whereas myoglobin will be having only one unit of it, one unit. Okay, and then we can say that mm, so once this oxygen is released to the myoglobin, we can say in the muscles when oxygen is released means we can say that there are tissues. Okay, we have tissues, the tissues which have already consumed the oxygen, it will be used up, it will be consumed, and it will be releasing carbon dioxide. Or you can say that at the muscles when the oxygen is released, we can say that there will be the concentration of carbon dioxide, and once there is a concentration of carbon dioxide, we can say that this carbon dioxide will be taken up by the hemoglobin, and this carbon dioxide, okay, this carbon dioxide will be taken up by the hemoglobin, and then will be moving back to the lungs, and at the lungs it will be releasing these carbon dioxide.